Hiya YouTube, it's Saturday, we're on a wild camp. It's quite a nice day actually, the sun is just coming through the trees there. This is that lovely little glade that we always talk about on the way up. We're heading up to Gamekeeper's Rest. There's Cole.
Nice.
Yeah, we're a bit knackered to say the least. We've just come up Heart Attack Hill, which is never pleasant. But we've done the worst of it now, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's one of the prices that we have to pay for Gamekeeper's Rest really. It's in a nice location, it's secluded, we're never disturbed, but to get to it, it's a bit of a hike. But that discourages other people, so that's all good. So yeah, we're going to head up to Gamekeepers. We'll be doing some nice cooking tonight. We're going to have a nice pleasant evening. Temperature's okay, as I said, the sun's shining now. We've both been really looking forward to this camp. It's nice to get up the woods, to be honest, and forget about all your problems from normal life and have a bit of an escape. And it's always very therapeutic when you're up here. Just nice, relaxed, without a care in the world really. So yeah, it's going to be a nice evening, and Cole's just getting his pack on there, and we'll get back to you in a bit. See you guys. Hi guys, we're at Gamekeeper's Rest. There's Cole, got his chair out, and just wanted to talk a little bit really about the changing of the seasons. Something we've noticed since last time we were up here. The leaves have really come down. I mean, the wood has changed dramatically. You probably can't see it so much here at Gamekeepers, apart from the leaves coming down and all the rest of it. But on the path, on the way up Heart Attack Hill, we nearly lost our way actually. It's changed so dramatically. Paths have become overgrown, you know, new ones opening up, old ones growing over. And yeah, coming up we just have to pause and stop a minute and think, hang on a minute, this has changed a lot. We better make sure we're taking the right track, and because it sort of splits on the way up Heart Attack Hill. The path splits several ways, but we found the right one. We got up here, but yeah, it was purely because the woods are changing, changing with the seasons, the look, the feel of the woods. Everything. I mean, it's something I think anyone that is into the wild camping or bushcraft or generally just working out in the environment, it's something you do notice and tune into, the changing of the seasons. It's not just the look of the woods, the feel of the woods. You know, it's hard to explain, but it all changes. And of course, as it changes, you have to adapt. But luckily enough today, it's actually quite a warm day, which is really unusual for this time of year. You know, it should be really cold now, but we're having some unusual weather at the moment, so we're taking advantage of that. But yeah, it is really nice just to see the seasons turning, and to see these leaves on the ground. It gives Gamekeepers a really nice feel to it. And but yeah, just something I wanted to mention there, because we were just chatting about it on the way up, about how all the paths are changing, and you know, it's really... Oh, hang on, Cole's found something. From last time. We do keep a few little stores up here, you see, and we actually forgot to bring the HP this time. We saved that for breakfast, and we've got some tomato sauces there. We've got a nice selection tonight, food. We're going to be doing some stir fry, some nice stir fry, because we enjoyed that one last time. We're going to be, we've got some of those sticky skewers again, which are really nice. The usual bacon and mushrooms and beans, and we got burgers, we got rolls. God, oh yeah, we got one of these party selections again as well. I'll just show you. One of those. yeah, we just thought it'd be nice to come up here. The weather's nice, and we're looking forward to a pleasant evening, so hopefully that'll all be good. Hi guys, we've set up the tarps, we've set up the hammocks, as you can see. Used my pegs from last time, they were still here. The ground's nice and soft today actually. We've had some rain this week, and it's not raining today thankfully. Not that we're too worried, but the advantage is the ground is soft, putting the old wooden pegs in, which is nice. And the wood, although it's dry, it has retained some of the moisture, which means it's going to be a nice slow burn tonight, which is good. Makes for the best fires. Your wood doesn't go as quick either. So that's all good. There's Cole's set up over there. He likes to open up his tarp, as you can see. It is a little bit too small, that tarp actually. He's going to get another one. That's one of the reasons he opens it up. It stops him getting wet. It's just a bit too short. But there's mine. You can see, got my ground sheet there. Old rucksack. I'm all ready to go. Got my normal sleep system, which comprises of a normal foil roll mat, my bivvy bag, my really warm Vango, which I'm still taking. It is big, it is bulky, but it's 4 seasons. It goes to about -10, -20, something like that, and it does keep you warm. And my inflatable Vango pillow, as usual. And that is about it, really. That is my sleep system. And last time it kept me nice and warm. And I think last time it was a lot cold. It was the coldest night of the year last time. Well, it's not going to be as cold as that tonight, so I should be nice and toasty warm in there. I'll get in here a little bit. I don't really want to be messing about with it too much right now, but if I can find the zip nice and easy, I can give you a little look. There we go. There's the old Vango pillow. I could do with a light actually. Once it's daylight, it's still a bit. The old Vango sleeping bag there, nice and thick, that one. That really is a nice sleeping bag. Bivvy bag, standard. The old Vango pillow there, self-inflating. I've told you before, that really does kick out some heat. It reflects it right back at you. Excuse me. Right, so there we go guys. It's a fire pit, ready to go. We didn't bring a lot of sweets this time. I've had a really bad toothache this week. Bought some licorice though. But what we're doing here is, this time round, we didn't bring those foil trays. We just bought basically a roll of baking foil. Because what we thought was, we can make trays to whatever size we want from the chicken wire. Here we go. Bit of urban bushcraft again, as I called it.
That's one I made earlier.
Yeah, one he made earlier. So yeah, we've scavenged that. We're going to put the foil over it, and then we've got a nice big cooking tray. Custom made to our needs. So yeah, that's all cool. And it's cheaper than buying those trays as well. It's getting near to Christmas, people. We're all trying to save money.
All we need is foil.
So yeah, we've got our foil. So that's good. Got a stack of firewood, as you can see. We've been stocking right up. We'll get some more later. Nescafe 3-in-1, nice and easy. Got our beans for the morning. That'll be bacon, mushrooms, beans, burgers, the usual really. And also what we have been doing, we've been gathering up these chestnuts, because later on the chestnuts are in season over here guys, and we're going to take full advantage of that tonight. It'd be nice to have some hot chestnuts cooked on the fire. Be just like Christmas actually. So yeah, as you can see, the tray's taking shape there. nice breeze coming through the trees tonight actually. The leaves are gently falling. The old fire lighting kit there, I don't know if you remember Darren giving us that. We still use that and bits and pieces from it. And we'll see how this works out. The theory is good, and it will be handy to just be able to make trays to the size that we want them. And if this doesn't work, it'll be burnt food tonight, that's for sure. But I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a simple idea, it's a simple thing, not much in the grand scheme of the world. But as I've said before, when you're out here, any little resource that you can find, anything that you can use, just to make your life a little bit easier, you know, it's all good, it's all a godsend.
You put a turkey in it.
Well, yeah, you could, I mean, it's big enough. So yeah, that will be what we'll be doing from now on, just bringing the old kitchen foil and using the wire that's already here. You can see there's plenty of it. Loads of it sort of just lying on the ground over there as well. So yeah, it's a resource and one of the advantages of camping here.
What's that tray?
Here you go, it's a nice big tray.
Did everything on that?
Yeah, we're going to be cooking on that tonight, that's for sure. It's a big shelf, so it should fit. Yeah, yeah, there you go.
That's weighing up.
Preparing for the evening. I think it's about, it wouldn't surprise me if it's about 3:30, something like that, in the afternoon. I can see the evening's starting to draw in a bit. It is in fact 3:20, not a bad guess. Yeah, the evening's starting to draw in a little bit. It's going to be breezy tonight, I will say that. We've got there's no widow makers here though. All these trees are living. They've lost some of their leaves, but it's fine. There's plenty of widow makers out there, I'm sure. There's a lot of wood that has fallen deeper in where we go and gather. But yeah, we're always careful, and it's nice to have the available wood not too far away anyway. But this camp's pretty cool. We've never had problems here, and we have been here in a storm before actually. I never did put that footage up actually. That was well, that's a whole other story that night. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of footage for that night, but yeah, it was windy, it was rainy, and there were no trees falling on us, so that's all cool. There we go, Cole's shaping the next one. He's got these little wire cutters we bring up here now. You have to basically adapt to the environment that you're in. We know this particular terrain, we know these woods. We know what resources are here, what we can use, and we know what we need to bring with us and what we don't need, basically. And that's all just been a learning experience. So yeah, we're going to get that done. We're going to get the fire going. We'll show you, we'll do the fire lighting bit in a minute, and get that going, get the kettle on. Cole can't wait to get the burgers on. Burgers with bacon and melted cheese and some sauce of some description. And then later on we're going to have the main meal. We've got our party selection, we've got a stir fry, we've got all sorts. So yeah, we're going to do that later. And then we're going to sit down, we're going to have a little chat. We're actually going to talk about these, if you want to join us for this discussion, leave your own views and comments. But we're going to talk about the different styles of the different guys that you've got doing bushcraft on TV now. You know, you've got your Bear Grylls, you've got your Ray Mears, you'll get Ed Stafford. You know, there's quite a few people doing it in America. You've got your Dual Survival and all those ones. So yeah, we thought we'd just have a little chat about, you know, what's going on out there. Bushcraft, you know, who's doing what and what their styles are like, and basically what you can learn and pick up from each. So yeah, we'll do that later, but we're going to get on for now. As I said, once we get this fire rocking, we'll do some more filming. And yeah, that's taking shape nicely, as you can see. Tray number 2. Bit of kitchen foil on that, and yeah, nice.
You can paint them.
Paint them, yeah. No, won't be doing that. Yeah, available near you. A bushcraft store near you. But yeah, so we'll get back to you in a bit, guys. Alright guys, we're just about to get the fire going. We built up a little, as you can see, right there. It's all ready to go. Got a bit of bark in there, a bit of cotton wool, a bit of char cloth. Here we go, Cole. He's on it. That's it, you got it. The old char cloth's caught the spark there. And there really is nothing like lighting a fire. Not with a lighter, but with the old flint and steel. They called it in the old days. But I just love that char cloth. It's just nice. The old char cloth's doing its job. Get the old barmah on it there. The thing about firelighting is patience. Because that is going to provide you with so much warmth, protection, somewhere to cook, everything. You know, having a fire when you're out here really is everything. So it's nice just to take the time and do it properly. Yeah, you can get a lighter out and just light a fire. Great, that's interesting. It's better to just have a go. Test your skills. You don't get it right first time you ever do it, but as you can see, the reward it's just so satisfying. Just to do something a little bit more the traditional way. And if you're really skilled, of course, you can use the old bow method. Never done that myself. Something I guess I'd like to do. Yeah, maybe I should practice that. But yeah, that's a real skill. That's a real skill as well in itself. But it is nice just to get out here and light a fire that in a more sort of traditional way like that. Just with a flint and steel, striker or whatever. It's all good. It's just nice to do. And then you just build the fire up. There goes my knees clicking away. And I think you just appreciate it a lot more. How important it is to have that. Before our ancestors discovered fire, it must have been a nightmare. Such a simple thing that it is, but so important. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on. Cole's building it up nicely. As I said, we're going to get the kettle on because we haven't even had a coffee yet. So that'd be nice. And then we're going to get some food on. Not a main meal, we're just going to have some burgers and bacon, a bit of melted cheese. Just to get some protein in, really. Get a bit of energy. As I said, the wood is nice at the moment. It's got a little bit of moisture in it. But that's fine because it won't burn as quick later on. So we're going to build this up, get a nice roaring fire going. And it should be a pleasant evening. Hiya YouTube. Kettle's going on. As you can see, that fire is nicely coming along now. Let's see if I can get a close up there. Very nice. Just building that up. We've just boiled the kettle actually just to wash up the wok. We always wash and sterilise everything before we use it again. As you can see. We haven't actually got a scouring pad this time. So what we're using is the spiky case of a chestnut. That is going to be our scouring pad, yeah. So we're just using what we've got really, what we found around. That's wicked actually. But it does the job actually, yeah, it does the job. We're going to be eating the chestnuts later. We'll be roasting them over the fire. But yeah, the casing actually makes a good little scourer. There you go. Only for scouring it out, but yeah, it's handy. The old wind's whistling through the trees tonight, that's for sure. See him swaying about. But they're quite flexible, those ones. We've never had them come down on us round here. So that should be okay. It's quiet today. But yeah, we'll get back to you in a bit. We've got some, when that kettle's boiled actually. Can't wait for that coffee. The food is on. For the first round anyway, just to keep us going. Some burgers there, bacon, sausages. We've got some cheese slices as well, we're going to have some melted cheese. That goes nice with the coffee. And then later on we'll do the main meal. But there's nothing like the sound of chicken and bacon and mushrooms and burgers in the woods. And there's old Ainsley Harriet's wok there. Still using it, still doing the job. Good for wild campers. They can take the punishment. The old kettle there, that's still going strong. A little bit smoky the wood today, but that's to be expected with a little bit of dampness in it. We're not too worried though. Last time we found the new back for that fire. That's on now, and the bits we were using, the side bits we've got there. They were on the back originally. We've moved them out the sides. temperature is dropping now. We can feel it in the air, so we are sort of drawing towards evening. Barmah. They always come in handy for the fire, those barmahs. Highly recommended. So yeah, lots to look forward to. We'll be putting those chestnuts on later. I'm just getting away from the smoky fire, doing my eyes a little bit. So yeah, it should be a good evening, and I hope you'll join us. As I said, we're going to have a little chat. We're going to talk about some bushcraft stuff and who's doing what on the TV these days, and who's got the best knowledge really, and who's entertaining to watch, and this, that and the other. So that'd be cool, and we'll get back to you in a bit. Let's just pan out a little bit so you can have a little look at the wood tonight. Yeah, the smoke is drifting, but to be honest, we're not worried. This part of the wood is so remote, it shouldn't be a problem. What we are going to do is string this tarp up. Bought a tarp. It's blue, yeah, so it's not the sort of thing we'd have up maybe during the day, but evening's drawing in now, and it's a bit better than the old patched up one there. Cole just had that lying around, so yeah, we're going to put the blue one up just to keep a sort of a little sheltered area like we had last time when we had that storm. It helps keep the heat in as well around the fire if you've got a tarp up. We're going to have a back on it this time, a back and a roof on our little seating area. And it's just something that you appreciate on cold evenings, just keeping as much heat in as you can. So yeah, we'll get back to you in a bit, guys. First course is up. What we got in here? Burger, bacon, mushrooms, melted cheese, barbecue sauce. Our coffees are done. All they're screwed up in our cups. Carries the old bullet flask there. Have my old camping cup. So yeah, we're going to tuck into these and
oh mate,
nice how they come. Here we go, guys. I'll just grab the camera, bring that over so you can have a look. And they really are nice, these sticky skewers from Iceland. Alright, so I'm going to take that, as you can see. Looking very nice. We're going to have this. We're going to do another wood run. We're going to grab some chestnuts, and then we'll get back to you guys. Let me just put that on my chair. The old fire's looking nice tonight, I have to say. Alright guys, hi you guys. Chestnuts are on. What we've done, I got these little sort of foil bags ages ago from the 99p store, and so we put the chestnuts in these bags, as you can see, one of those bags, and they're all going to roast nicely in there, just on the shelf there. So that'd be nice. Forage those from the woods, and they do sort of remind you of Christmas and stuff like that when you're roasting chestnuts, so it's always nice. We're going to do some cooking soon. We're going to stir fry. Yeah. Stir fry party selection. I think it's Chinese party selection. Some more very sticky skewers probably. Midnight we're planning a little treat, little midnight snack. Will be triple burgers, bacon, cheese, etc. These chestnuts we're looking forward to. Nice bit of sort of homely, woody sort of food. So yeah, and it's a perfect opportunity actually to try out these bags. I've had them months, just sort of sitting at home. Always meant to bring them out here. Just picked them up in the old 99p store, as I said. And yeah, it'd be a nice opportunity to try those out. We've got our big trays over here, as you can see. That's turned out really well. Yeah, it really has. Just using that chicken wire and tin foil. As big a trays as you like. Cole's just getting out some of the food for later. Well, for soon actually. We'll start getting this on there. Chinese platter, there's all sorts in there. There's little duck wraps and stuff like that, and corn toast and spring rolls, everything that's nice. Then we got this sort of meal bag. We're going to throw that in the wok. It's what is it? A chicken and prawn paella. So yeah, that'll be going in the old Ainsley wok. Some mushrooms there. We'll be using those in the morning. Burgers there still. Hi guys, just getting the old tray ready. Burgers in there, duck rolls, pancake rolls, prawn toast, all the usual. That'll go nicely. Chestnuts are still doing nicely there. I've just switched to my phone briefly because I've run out of power on the old camera, so I've got to change the batteries on that. Here's the other tray that we made, or Carl made earlier. Ready to go. They are very large, I have to say, but then that was the advantage of making them yourselves. We needed them that large. Little skewers. Cole's just giving me some batteries for the old camera, because the power on the phone is very restricted, unfortunately. It's the way of these modern smartphones we all carry. The batteries just don't last. But that is a lovely fire tonight, guys. Just looking at that. Really is nice. We're all set up tonight. Our chairs. We'll give you a chance to have a little look at this tarp actually. Now we've got a little bit of light. It is, as you can see, large. It does give us a nice back for our sitting area. Oh, here we go. Look, that's ready to go. That's going to be absolutely delicious. and that really is nice. You know, I don't know about other people, what they experience when they go camping or whatever, but when we're out here in the woods, for me it's a real connection, not just with nature, but with our ancestors as well, because they would have been doing all this sort of thing. Their tools would have been a little bit more basic, but they would have been appreciating the same things, the warmth from the fire, the protection, cooking in family groups or whatever. They'd have built shelters. Wouldn't have had our modern tarps, of course. Would have been animal skins. But same sort of principle. And these days, of course, when woodland and nature is so restricted, you know, we've built on so much, we've destroyed so much. It's important, I think, to remember our connection to the past. A lot of cultures around the world still honour their ancestors, but I think it's something that's been lost, particularly in Britain, in Europe. You know, I think it has been lost, that connection. We're all so busy with our modern lives and our modern conveniences that I think we forget the simple things. You know, at the end of the day, all the modern technology and all the rest of it, it is nice to have. But at the end of the day, it's not what mankind was designed for, if you like. We can survive without it if we need to. Our ancestors did, and we most certainly can. Who knows, maybe one day we'll have to. The way this crazy world's going, all the wars kicking off and this, that and the other, who knows how it'll all end up. Maybe will be like preppers, where you're preparing yourselves to survive in the end times. Who knows? But it's certainly nice to get up the woods, and that's for sure. I mean, if we had to survive in these woods, if some great disaster happened, we have discussed how you would survive here. There is one possible water source that we could use a few miles out. Food wise, if you were living off of what you could scavenge up here, you'd be looking at rabbits, squirrels, a few pheasants, not a lot else of any sort of substance, if you like. So it wouldn't be easy living. It wouldn't be easy living in a British woodland. You've only got what you've got. But there's plenty of, there's plenty of plant life and stuff here that you could probably eat. So you could probably scrape by a living up here if you had to. If it's some sort of crazy Red Dawn scenario where you were hiding from the enemy or something. Yeah, you could get by. It'd be better to have a more fruitful forest though. It's a much larger forest abroad, that's for sure. With a lot more to eat in them. But yeah, these are the sort of things that we discuss when we're up here. The sort of different scenarios. Could you survive here? Could you survive in another environment? You know, all this type of thing. Always interesting talking. And I guess the same as you guys, we watch a lot of the survival programs, whether it's Bear Grylls or Ray Mears or Ed Stafford. He's a good one. I don't know if you've ever checked out Ed Stafford, Naked and Marooned. He's on an island, he's naked, he hasn't even got a knife. You know, this guy is he's a British guy. This guy is a guy that really does take survival to the limits. Yeah, he does. But it's a good program. It's a good program. I've seen him eke out a miserable existence in some of his programs, but in other,
ones, he's really thrived. You know, he's really got it together and thrived. You know, so it's a series worth checking out. That, if you've ever seen it, Naked and Marooned, or Marooned with Ed Stafford, check that out. Ray Mears, of course, has got a series running at the moment as well. But to be honest, I'm not too keen on it. I mean, I enjoyed watching Ray Mears when he was making, years and years ago, a little 10-minute programme called Tracks, which was on a programme that used to be on the BBC. And Tracks was a little 10-minute sort of series that was part of another programme. It was, what was it? Was it Country File or something, Carl?
I think so, yeah.
Something like Country File. And that's where Ray Mears began sort of doing stuff in British woods and that, you know, keeping it simple and stuff like that. It's really good to watch. I'm not so keen on his wildlife programmes. I've seen enough wildlife presenters over the years. I've seen enough wildlife programmes. And although, you know, it's great to see Ray identifying different animals and you know, for people that love wildlife, great, fantastic. But I've seen thousands of wildlife documentaries, and I prefer seeing Ray really doing his survival stuff, meeting tribes, lighting fires, identifying different plants, what you can eat, what you can't eat. You know, more sort of bushcrafty survival stuff rather than wildlife documentary. I still think he's, you know, a great guy. There's no doubting that Ray Mears is ranking top among knowledge. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's got some knowledge, that guy. You're a fan of Ray Mears, aren't you, Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole puts Ray Mears right up there. Bear Grylls. Now, I like Bear Grylls. And as I try to say to people, Bear Grylls isn't really about bushcraft. Bear Grylls is about extreme survival. You know, he doesn't stay in one place too long, Bear. He's always moving on, trying to get out. You know, it's a really dangerous survival situation sort of thing. He doesn't hang around and build shelters and, you know, and show you this, that and the other. That is very true. For me, Bear is all about extreme survival. When you're in that dire situation, when all the cards are on the table, that's when maybe you'd be calling on your Bear Grylls knowledge, when you really are just trying to water and food and survive until help comes or whatever. Yeah, that's more the Bear Grylls type of thing. He is entertaining to watch though. You know, I think Bear's got a great charisma. I know they go on about, you know, he stayed in a hotel and all that rubbish. So what? Who cares? He's only showing you what could happen in a survival situation, and if it did, the best way to get out of it. He's not saying I'm gonna go through this every time, sort of thing. So yeah, I do like Bear Grylls, like Ray Mears, and as we said, Ed Stafford is a British guy that really is going to the edge on survival. You know, to be dumped somewhere naked, not even a knife, and you've got to survive. That is real survival. I've got a lot of respect for Ed Stafford. What say you, Cole?
Yep, it's the man, naked with nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can't knock him. You can't. The guy's for real. The guy's for real. You know, I'd maybe be interested to see what would happen if Ray Mears was thrown on an island naked with nothing. You know, see how he would compare to Ed. I think that'd be quite a competition. Or even Bear Grylls. Now, Bear, I wouldn't worry too much because he'd pretty much eat anything. He would survive. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see that sort of challenge. Because, you know, all these guys normally, they do have their tools and all the rest of it. Whereas Ed Stafford, he's out there with nothing. That is a great series, guys. Check it out, really. It really is. But yeah, they're the main sort of players in the. I mean, you've got Dual Survival, American show. I've seen that. Dual Survival. I think that's a. I think it's a female and a guy. Yeah, I think they're like a couple or whatever. That wasn't a bad show. That wasn't a bad show. Wasn't quite my thing, to be honest. I think they seem to spend a lot of time arguing. But anyway, it's still good though. To see any survival show on the telly. You know, some you're going to like better than others. Some people love dual survival. It's not my sort of thing. Other people love Ray Mears or Bear Grylls or whoever. You know, everyone's got their own sort of flavour. But it's just great to see that there are now a lot of survival shows on the telly. There are a lot of shows on the telly about bushcraft. There's another one, Carl, where they turned out where they're both naked. It's a man and a woman.
Yeah,
and
I've seen that one.
yeah, they've never met each other before. That's an American show, actually.
Another one tonight called Tethered, they're tied together.
Check that one out. I've saw a few episodes of that one where they're sort of strangers now, sort of meeting each other for the first time, and they were naked. That's a little bit embarrassing, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, that's another one. And as Cole said, there's one called Tethered as well, where they're sort of tied together. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that one yet. I haven't seen it, but again, I should check it out, see if it's my sort of thing. It is just good to see loads and loads of these sorts of shows on the telly now, because there was a time when they weren't on the telly, and it's just nice to see the whole sort of bushcraft world. A lot of people are taking an interest. A lot of people are watching it that maybe wouldn't have watched it before, you know, weren't even into that sort of thing, and maybe a few people have even gone out and thought, hey, let's go out and do some camping, let's do some bushcraft or whatever, which is all good. So it's nice to see these shows. Anything that promotes getting out there into your local woodland, whatever that environment may be. We're restricted to British woodland, which is okay, don't get me wrong. Do like British woodland, but I'd also like to get out there in Europe. I'd like to get out there in the States, some of the forests they got out there, and Canada as well. Oh yeah, that would be fantastic. It really would. But yeah, so we're having a nice pleasant evening. Just going to check on that food. I'm still recording on my phone. I haven't changed the batteries yet, guys, but I will do. It's just that my phone has got a light on it as well, which is quite handy, because you can actually see some stuff tonight, but the power won't last, of course. But yeah, that's nice. I think Cole's just grabbing some more. Yeah, he's grabbed some more wood there. We're just keeping that going. I think I've got some coffee in my cup actually that I've forgotten about again. But as we said with those cups, the lucky thing is you can forget about your coffee and go back to it. And it is turning into a really nice evening, guys. You probably still can't see the moon through the trees, but it's up there. It's nice to see anyway. If you were stuck in a survival situation, Carl, who would you choose to have with you to survive? I mean, apart from me, of course, that's a natural choice. But apart from me, and I'm not allowed to pick you, who would you choose to go with you out of the top players on the TV? Here we go. Spotlight's on, Carl. Who's it going to be? Who are you going to take with you? Tricky. Ray Mears, there it is. Cole's made the call. He's going to be watching wildlife with Ray.
Yep.
That's Cole's call. Right, now for me, it is actually a really tricky one. It's not going to be Ray Mears for me, I'm afraid. As much as I like Ray.
You're dead then.
No, I'm not dead. I'm not dead, don't worry. As much as I like Ray, I want to pick someone different. So it's going to be either Bear Grylls or it's going to be Ed Stafford, I think. I can't really choose from Dual Survival or the other American shows because I've only literally seen an episode or parts of an episode of those shows. So I couldn't really say. Although I've watched a few of the American guy and the American Indian guy, and that's survival. That's Dual Survival, isn't it? Yeah, that's Dual Survival. I mean, don't get me wrong, those guys are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I do like. I mean, I love the American Indian sort of style, and I'm into their sort of culture anyway myself. But anyway, back to it. If I had to choose, You know what? I think I'll be taking Ed Stafford. Yeah, not naked though. He could have a set of...
No, sure, mate, it's part of it.
No, he could have a set of clothes. You know what I mean? I don't want to be camping naked with Ed Stafford, thanks very much. But yeah, I think for me it'd have to be Ed Stafford. Because I think, yeah, I'd have a... Working as a team, I think we'd have a pretty good chance of survival.
I'd go with Bear. I'd stay in a hotel then.
I can't go with Bear, stay in a hotel. No, you didn't have that choice. But again, I mean, any of these guys really, you'd stay alive. Yeah, with any of them, you'd stay alive. That's for sure. Cole's gone for Ray Mears. I've gone for Ed Stafford. Although I am sort of loyal to the scouts and stuff as well, because Bear Grylls, of course, is Chief Scout, honorary Chief Scout in this country. And my children are in the Scout, so I should really choose Bear. I think Bear Grylls would be I think it'd be a good laugh. As long as he didn't want to sort of... I mean, I'd like to actually make a camp and settle down and use your survival to actually stay in one place and survive and use the resources. So Bear would have to calm down. It wouldn't be a mad dash 24-hour, let's get off the island job for me, I don't think. That's why I thought Ed Stafford, you know what I mean, build a shelter, get the food rocking. Food, water, food, shelter, fire, all that sort of thing. Get it all going. Working as a team, I think you'd be sorted. I think you'd survive. Cole, he'd survive. He'd be making wildlife documentaries with Ray. He'd be sorted.
Well, I mean, you could survive for 10 days. That's all Ed's ever done. Only 11 you'd be dead.
No. That's all right, I don't think. We're having a bit of a laugh here as well, as you can tell. But
Right, we'll go your way, mate.
but I think any of these survival guys would be okay to camp with.
Right guys, so some chestnuts actually. You can see. There we go. Just breaking them out their shells. We cooked them in those bags, nice and hot. Quite nice actually. Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Yeah.
Fire's on. The food is cooking away. Oven glove heading on the stick there. Goes to the top. Yeah, we're going to munch on with these chestnuts. We'll get back to you when the food's being served. Hi guys. So yeah, there we go. There's the fire. We picked who we'd camp with out of the celebrity bushcraft guys in an emergency. That's all settled. Where would be the place you'd want to camp if you could camp anywhere in the world, Carl? Anywhere.
Iceland.
Iceland. Why Iceland?
There's no trees, is it?
Oh, I don't know. For me, ooh,
Niagara Falls.
I want to camp at Niagara Falls. There's too many tourists. You camp on a sidewalk here. For me, it would be. It would be one of three places really. I think either the Amazon rainforest, although it is a dangerous place, I think it would be quite an experience to camp in there. The other place would be Canada, because Canada have got some vast forests. I think that would be quite an experience. Or somewhere in the USA where they've got the big forests. That would be nice. I know they've got bears and stuff out there as well, but that's something we don't really have to deal with here. So it'd be nice to actually get out into some real wild forest.
Okay guys, got much light on here at the moment, Cole, actually. Here we go. What we got there? Spring rolls, duck wraps, burgers, prawn toast. And over here, got the old paella. I think that was £2.
Yeah, sure it was.
Yeah guys, here we go, that's looking nice. We'll tuck into that. We'll get back to you in a while. Hi you guys. I just want you to hear some of the woodland noises tonight. There are a few fireworks going off in the distance I think, but we've heard 2 owls and a few other stuff. I'm just going to be quiet a minute. A lot of fireworks going off as you can hear. But that owl is really going for it tonight and we've heard 2 owls. What's that other noise? That's a wheel? That squeaky one. Not sure what the other animal noise is. Sort of high pitched. Lot of fireworks. We can actually see some fireworks through the trees in the distance going off as well, which is nice. But the owl is really going for it. I was just going to have a little check on the food there. But yeah, just wanted to share that moment with you really, because the woodland was really coming alive with animal noises and it was just nice to hear.
The moon's moved round, it's up in the trees up there somewhere. Way up in the sky, through the trees. Yeah, so it's actually a noisy woodland tonight with animal noises and stuff. I don't know if it's the fireworks in the distance that's setting them all off. That's good, it's nice to hear a bit of life in the woodland. I was just coming back with some more wood there. The advantage of having a big fire pit. There you go. Let's have a look, how have they done? That'll be the sticky skewers. Tried them out in these bags just to see if it would bring up any kind of better result at all.
Steaming.
Obviously it's steamed them, yeah. It's all the juices and everything should still be in there. And they, as I said, they're for 99p store or pound store or whatever. Those bags, big packs of however many. Cook anything in them apparently.
Tell you what, they look done to me.
They do indeed look nice.
Right, chase the other stuff up there because
Yep.
they've done well.
But yeah, it's only because I had those lying around at home for ages and ages. I just picked them up. Just on a whim really, when I was in a pound store. I thought, oh, I might give them a try. And they're in my sort of stores at home. I just dug them out for this camp. Because I thought about time we tried them. Because I'm thinking things to cook in those. You can cook all sorts in there. Potatoes, all sorts. In those. You really can. We may do a roast dinner one day up here, but not yet. We're going to do a. I think the next thing we want to do is do a nice curry up here. Actually, yeah, get a really nice curry going from scratch, sort of thing. And do that up here. That would be nice. And with the winter coming in, you'll be looking at things like homely food, sort of stews and stuff like that. I mean, back in the day, it'd probably be rabbit stew. But no, we get some nice. I tell you what I'd like to do up here, Cole. I'd like to do a beef stew and dumpling. I'm sure it could be done. Yeah. The dumplings are the only tricky bit. But I think that fired out with that shelf. Yeah, I think it's possible. It's possible. I've got some ideas on that one. But we do want to make a curry up here as well. That'd be nice. But for tonight, we've got plenty of food. It's turned into an interesting evening, nice sort of atmosphere. A few fireworks in the distance. Might go for a wander tonight actually, maybe later on. Go a little wander. I'm in the woods, see what's going on in the distance. But we'll see. For now, we're just happy to sit in front of this fire, get this food rocking, have a nice little feed up. It's still quite early in the evening, as I said, we've got here nice and early today, and so yeah, the whole evening's ahead of us. We could well have a little explore. I've already GPS'd where we are exactly, so we know exactly where we are now.
is always a little bit unsure. It's sort of disorientated when you come into these woods as to trying to position yourself parallel to your next bit of civilization, sort of where you are. We know how to get here, but on the wide scale of things, of looking at a big map and pinpointing exactly which wood you're in, because there are a lot of woods here on the North Downs in Kent. Literally wood after wood after wood after wood. They've all got their own names. They could almost be one huge forest, but they're sort of separated by fields and stuff. But yeah, we know exactly where we are now, because they do tend to flow one into another. The boundaries are sometimes unclear, and some of the woods are private. These aren't. These are common land. But there are some private woods up here as well, so you should always know which ones are private and which aren't. And there's some woods further along where they do a lot of shoots as well. Don't want to be in those woods when they're running around with shotguns. Hi YouTube, we've built the fire up, we've had our main meal and everything now. We may have a little snack at midnight. We're thinking maybe some triple burgers with bacon and melted cheese. We'll see how it's going. I'm quite stuffed, to be honest, but we'll see how that goes. We've got the supplies here if we need them. But we are building that fire up nicely now into a nice roaring fire. That's really warming everything up again. Can't really see much from the back. Darkness has enshrouded the woods once more. We've got the light from our fire. We've got this nice tarp on the back. We'll show you that in the morning. It's yeah, it turned out to be very large, but it's fine. It's doing a nice job actually. Having that at the back of us when we're sitting in front of the fire, it's helping insulate the area really. Keep some warmth in, because we have felt the temperature drop. That's why we built out the fire. Feeling a little bit of coldness creeping. So that's good. I think Cole's putting on his Gore-Tex now. He's got like a Gore-Tex, this camo Gore-Tex sort of, well, it's just an outer jacket really. Completely waterproof. I've got my Gore-Tex with me. I've got a Gore-Tex with me. It's a Gerber, Bear Grylls Gerber. But I should put that on later at the last minute, so I want to benefit from that at the last possible minute. At the moment, I'm quite comfortable standing in front of this fire. I've got my thermals on. I've got got a t-shirt, it's a Gerber or Crag Hopper sort of zip up fleecy that's really warm. It's like a skin almost. And I've got my full set of MTPs. Got my gloves, my hat, and that's pretty much keeping me warm at the moment. But I've got that Gore-Tex for backup later on. We'll see how cold it gets, and we'll see how cold it gets when we get our hammocks later. But yeah, at the moment, this fire's kicking out the heat. We're enjoying it. Wood is so plentiful at the moment. There's been a lot of wind in these woods, and we don't have to go too far to get a lot of deadfall. There's little areas of deadfall that we can go into, and Yeah, the wood runs are so easy at the moment, it's nice. Just pop out, 5 minutes, you're back. Had some big logs this time as well. Some sawn logs actually. They've been years old, just lying in the forest floor. So yeah, there we are. Let's just sit down a minute. I'm going to sit in my chair, guys. I'm just going to focus on this fire, because that is giving us everything right now. Wind's picking up in the trees, we've noticed. So, I don't know what's blowing in. If there's any sort of storm or anything coming, I'm not quite sure. Nothing major's being forecast. But yeah, that is what it's all about. We may even take a little walk down to the path actually, I think we should. We just wanted to see if you could see anything of our camp from the path. So that might be an interesting little walk, do that in a minute. Taking the roof off the fire, just to let the smoke go up, was essential. As we said, the wood has maintained a little bit of moisture, which means it's slower to burn, which is good, you're not going through it as quick, but it does give off a little bit more smoke. But yeah, once we took the roof off, that's it, we're fine. Before then we were getting smoked out a little bit. But we've got such a large area here underneath this 15-foot tarp. It's really nice. Cole's actually drifting off to sleep in his chair. Yeah, we just thought we'd chill for a bit in front of the fire. Appreciate it. The wind is whipping the flames up into a nice little crescendo. And that is something people don't understand as well about wild camping, and you talk about it and you tell them they think you're crazy and all the rest of it. Just sitting here looking at that fire, just literally looking at the flames, just watching it. It is so relaxing. It is so relaxing. You don't have to think or talk or do anything. You could just sit here in silence, which me and Cole generally do at times actually. When I'm not filming, we chat for a bit and then we just sit here in silence with our own thoughts. Just watching that fire, having a little doze, just really soaking in the atmosphere and everything about this wood. The modern world seems far away. It's not that far away, but it seems far away. And it sort of reminds you of the simple things in life. So I think in these challenging times, and I think it's challenging times for everyone all around the world, with the economy and everything else that's going on, and all the politics and the wars and everything. It is just nice to get away from all that and just remember the simple things and the simple pleasure of just sitting in front of a fire and just watching the flames and listening to a few woodland noises. And it's always nice when there's a little bit of a breeze. You hear the breeze coming through the trees, and that's so relaxing, guys. And if you're in a stressful job or you have a stressful life, as we all do, you know, it's nice to get away. And when you're in this sort of environment where you're concentrating on really the basic things in life, you know, the basic things, survival, your water, you've got your water, you've got your food, you've got your shelter, you've got some warmth. When it's just those simple things to think about, that is what it's all about. That is the relaxing part. So yeah, it's nice. Just thought I would share a few thoughts with you. Why we come up here. You can just forget about any problems that you've got for a brief period of time and relax in the woods for a day or sometimes a couple of days. It's always nice as well. But when you're up here, guys, nothing else matters. You can just be, well, you can just, as the philosophers would say, you can just be. So yeah, that's cool. Let's just listen to that for a bit. Coming maybe the crazy guy with a metal detector will come and cut coal from his hammock and drag him away into the woods. Who knows? Okay guys, hi guys, we've stoked the fire right up. We've just done quite a big wood run, got the fire going really nice now, as you can see if I can get a close up on that for you. And that is just really nice because it was getting cold. I mean, the temperature was dropping dramatically, so we've moved our chairs a little bit closer to the fire. We're still under the tarp because it's such a large tarp, and we've really stoked the fire right up. Got some big old logs on there now, and that's just kicking out some nice heat, which is all cool. It's just nice, guys, yeah. What's the time, Cole? Just go check the time. 11:35. Yeah, we're going to start cooking again in a minute. Just have a little, I think we're going to go for a triple burger, bacon and cheese. A few mushrooms, who knows. Just as our little traditional midnight snack. And I think we've got a coffee to go with that, maybe. We'd save some coffees for the morning. Yeah, guys, here we go. What a nice way to spend Saturday night. Haven't heard any more fireworks or noise. Just all seems to have calmed down now. Oh, and incidentally, we took a walk down to the park. We didn't even have to go that far actually. About halfway towards the park, less than that. We looked back and this tarp that we put up absolutely shielded the fire completely. You couldn't see any light from the fire whatsoever. So that was really good. And that's another successful experiment, if you like. It's worked. Wind's picking up a bit though, I've noticed that. Some of the dampness in the wood. vortex on there underneath this, just for some more insulation. It had reached that point of the evening as we reached the witching hour. Keep an eye on that. Okay guys, we'll talk to you in a bit when we've got a brew on. Hi guys, it's getting on for midnight, kettle's on again, frying pan's on, burgers, bacon, mushrooms, some cheese and there'll be triple burgers, very nice. Nice coffee to go with that. Just wanted to talk actually a little bit about how we've changed the fire and adapted it tonight. We started off with a sort of very much a sort of long log formation, if you like, sort of long logs all stacked up in a row, and we just adapted it as the evening's gone on. It's important to adapt your fire to your needs as time goes on. At this time of night, we want a nice little fire for cooking. We put a log at the front there, as you can see, big thick log there. You've got one at the back there. Just some under the frying pan there, so it's propped up. And then the kettle's just resting on there. So basically throughout the evening we've changed the shape of the fire. It's not something you even consciously think about actually, you just do it. You adapt it to the flames adapt to where you want the heat to be. But that's an important thing to remember. Once you've got a fire going, you don't just have to sit there and keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it. You can change the shape of it to give you the heat where you want the heat to be. How high you want it, how low you want it, what part of the fire you want to be hot, which part of the fire you want to be cooler. You know, these are all things which are just a natural part of managing a fire really in bushcraft. So yeah, it's just something that's not often talked about, but it is something you need to do. So yeah, the fire's all changed around. It's giving off a really nice heat now. Not too intense. Plenty hot enough for the cooking. But also we're getting a nice warmth off of that now. We've got the big logs on, which is generally what we do at this time of night anyway, because in the morning one side of those logs will still have sparks, etc., and we just flip it over and we get a fire going again. So yeah, we've reached that point in the evening. See, I'm cooking away there, it's all looking good. The old wok again. Yeah, there's the fire. We may build that up again for one final roar up for the last part of the evening. But it's nice just to sort of compact the heat down, if you like, which is what we've done by changing the formation of that fire. It's all just cooking nicely, sitting there nicely. Really nice heat coming off of that. Earlier on, as I said, it was stacked in log formation, and then we was just pushing the ends in and letting them burn. The wind is really starting to pick up now. It's swinging about there, the old tarp and the lights. Might be a bit breezy tonight in those hammocks, but we'll be fine. Not too worried. Got a pretty good sleep system, as I showed you earlier. Should be warm enough. Those massive trays we made earlier. served as a nice prepping area. So yeah, I am at this moment plenty warm enough. It really is giving off a nice temperature now. Perfect, a perfect fire. And that's nice. Alright, we're going to get on for a bit, guys, and we'll get back to you when that's served up. That wind is picking up in the trees. Probably can't see them swaying around, but you can hear the wind there. Hi guys, we're just chilling down now. We've had our triple burgers with bacon and melted cheese. They're really nice. Having some coffees, and we're just going to sit in front of this fire, probably do one more wood run, stock it up again, and just talk for a bit really in front of the fire. Talk about bushcraft, maybe talk about politics, talk about all kinds of things. We just sent a message to Darren actually. Well, I sent a message to Darren about 5:30, I think it was, just saying when you finish work, we're at Gamekeeper's Rest, come up. But I don't know if he had his phone off, but a message was delayed. I don't know what time. He contacted me about 20 minutes ago, so it's about midnight-ish, saying he got a message late. He would have come up or whatever. But yeah, I just thought if he finished work early, I know he works Saturdays, but if he finished work early, or even if he'd finished at midnight, we wouldn't have cared. He'd come up. But no, he couldn't make it, unfortunately, unless, who knows, he may turn up in the night. Who knows? 2 o'clock in the morning, we may be in our hammocks and Darren will be pitching up next to us. Who knows? You never know. But yeah, we're just chilling down in front of the fire, and we just thought with Darren earlier, and we thought, we'll send him a text. But it's nice to be out here anyway. Me and Cole just in front of the fire here, and the wind, as Colin said, is really picking up now. I don't know if it's blowing or storming. There's supposed to be a bit of light rain tomorrow morning. Maybe it's blowing a cloud in. The stars are out. But yeah, we're going to do some more filming in the morning anyway. We're cooking breakfast and getting a good look around the camp in daylight with this tarp up. You can have a really good look at it. It's a nice setup actually. Totally shielded the fire from the main path, as I said. Couldn't see any firelight at all escaping. So that's pretty good. And we know on the other side we've got a field because I've GPS'd it, and I know exactly where we are now. Exactly where we are, because there were so many woods that run along here. It's hard to figure out where the boundaries are, which one you're in. But I know exactly now. We've pinpointed that okay. So that's good.
yeah, we're just going to chill down there and we'll do some more filming in the morning. So, I can say good night for now. Good night. Carl. Guys. And, ooh, that wind is picking up, guys. And we'll talk in the morning. Have a good night. Morning, guys. We're pretty much, we packed up our hammocks and our tarps. Didn't have breakfast this morning, actually. Actually overlaid for a change, yeah. I laid in bed till about 10 o'clock. I was fast asleep. So, my sleep system is definitely working. It's getting better and better, my sleep out here. Just wanted to show you this tarp. As you can see, it's quite big. We didn't expect it to be that big, but it's something we're going to bring and just put up while we're here and take it down when we leave. But as you can see, it provides a really nice sort of sitting area. We hang the lights on either end. We usually have either the lights at either end or on the front here. You see, it's quite close to the old fire there. We've stocked up some wood for next time. That's all ready to go. And there we are. We had a lovely little sitting area. It kept us really warm last night. So yeah, that's worth bringing. It's only a bit of tarp I've got from work. We had it in his shed or something. Okay guys, it's been a good camp. We've enjoyed it. I think we needed it, both of us, and we'll see you next time. Carl?
Guys.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave comments. It's all much appreciated. See you next time.